Welcome to Snack Chat. That's Mark.
And that's Troy. What is Snack Chat? It's a multi-episode series where we handpick people throughout the entire IBM landscape and try to mash them up into interesting conversations.
It's a casual approach, like we're sitting in a coffee shop or in the lunchroom, and we want to get people a little off guard, a little comfortable, and take a peek into some areas and some conversations that you don't normally get every day. Let's have some fun.
So you both have, you're, really beacons in our organization. A lot of people look to you for your vision, your thinking, and also for being productive, right? Probably more people than each of you know are in some way impacting work that you've helped architect or to win or to help teams win. Go back for me to either college grads or to the first year or two at an organization at IBM or an organization like IBM. What advice do you have? How do you help somebody who's trying to find their way into a leadership role eventually? What advice do you give to the kids coming out of college and the alignment and the stability and building their own platform as they become practitioners in a company like ours?
I'll give you two pieces of advice. So the first is do your job really, really well. And it may seem very, very entry level at first. It may seem really silly in terms of, putting together the PowerPoint deck or, cleaning up a PowerPoint deck. But if you actually take that job really seriously and show that you could do that as better than anyone else, you then get those next challenges and you can actually ask for more. So I put myself in the position of, I will take that assignment. I will go ahead and do the best that I possibly can. I'm going to learn from it. And then I'm going to ask for more. And so an example of that was, I was working with a bank when I was about 22 years old, just starting out in the consulting world. And I saw someone who I admire. Her name's Betsy, and she was a great facilitator. And I saw her facilitate a workshop, and I said, I want to be able to do that, right? And so I did my job really well. And offline with her, I had a conversation, and I said, do you think I could facilitate or help co-facilitate one section of the next workshop that we had? And she said, sure. So it was asking for what you want, right? So do a great job at what you are assigned to do, ask for what you want, and chances are you're going to be given that shot to try. And sure enough, I got to try, and I facilitated half the workshop with them, and I presented to the president of credit card services. It was the coolest thing, and there was 22, and she was there behind me just in case anything happened, but we rehearsed, we practiced, and I felt like this is great. It was do my job, ask for what I want. And then the second piece of advice I have is network and never stop networking. I still network to this day to meet new people. That's how you find the next opportunity, the next role. It's about meeting people. Don't always make it about what you want. Actually look to establish a connection with that person, something mutual that you can both share so that, yes, you might be top of mind for an experience that comes, but most importantly, they'll get to know you as an individual, and there could be a mutually beneficial relationship that you have. And that's where I've seen some people fail at that in the past, is they network to try to get a job or network to get the next role or project versus network to get to know each other and know each other's capabilities and skills, find the shared interests and career paths so that they become kind of your mentor and guidance for life.
Great advice.
No,
Seth, over to you.
Yeah, I'd echo those 2 points. I'd also talk about a professional curiosity. And I think that's one of those things that at any point in our careers, we need to try and foster. And it's easy to take your eye off it because you kind of get into your routine. But certainly when you're coming into the workplace, you've got to be fiercely curious because no one knows everything. I mean, it's just a reality of life. But the more you want to explore, the more you want to touch and feel and experience, that's what makes you a rounded individual. And what do I look for when I'm either hiring people, be they seasoned, experienced hires, or people out of college? And I work very closely with the team that does a lot of that college-based hiring. I look for people that are rounded because with that sort of cohesive view of the world, it brings perspective, it brings a bit of maturity, it brings a level of, hey, you can put me into a place where I don't really know what I'm going to go and do, but I'm going to go and figure it out. You can trust me with that. And that's what I want. I want people to feel energized and enthused and come forward. And I must say, I've been so rewarded by working with the young talent that we hire from various colleges. I find that one of the best parts of my job. I really do. I think we hire incredible talent that just makes us all feel energized about how we come to the market and how we do our job. And that energy, it comes off in front of our clients. It comes off in our team interactions. Yeah, I'm really, as you can tell, I enjoy that an awful lot.
Yeah, and I think it's important to nurture that talent, right? So because there's that intense curiosity, they're really driven and want to do a great job. So I think as leaders, we find what's really important is to help them navigate and steer that curiosity, so that they can actually get a fulfilling experience, that they could deliver really well. Because at the same time, they'll feel valued by getting that one-on-one knowledge experience, but also you kind of pushing in the right directions to empower them.
That empowerment, I think, is actually a really, sorry, Troy, I didn't mean to talk you over. That empowerment
No, please, please.
Really important point. There's nothing worse than seeing a new associate come in and God forbid they're being given a task like making coffee or doing the filing. It's ridiculous. One of the best programs that we ever ran for a large client of mine is where we had people fresh out of college and they were Scrum Masters running the development and build. These were really important roles, and these young associates, they took to it like you've never seen, and the client was so enthused by the output from these guys. They didn't get everything right, but that wasn't the expectation. It was just bring the energy and pace that you've got, and they had that in spades. Sorry, Troy.
Absolutely, the energy and creativity. They really change a lot of our projects, and the tone and the pace.